So we're going to be looking at factorising quadratics, and this time we're going to be looking at a particular element that's slightly different. One thing we need to bear in mind when we are factorising a quadratic is that it's not necessarily the case that the numbers will both be positive. So if we were to look at this example here, which is x squared plus 2x minus 15, then we will find that one of the numbers that we're going to end up with at the end is not going to be positive. So again, we're going to be looking to put our solutions into two sets of brackets. And the first thing that we want to be doing is we want to think about what we can multiply to give us minus 15. So amongst the options that we've got, we're going to have 1 and minus 15. We're going to have 3 and minus 5. We're going to have 5 and minus 3, which if we multiply together will give us minus 15. And finally, we're going to have 15 and minus 1. So if we multiply each of these numbers together, we can get minus 15. But the other condition we've got to bear in mind is this one here, which is that whatever the numbers are, they've got to add up to give us 2. Now, if you look at the options we've got available to us, if we add 1 and minus 15 together, then that's going to give us minus 14. If we add 3 and minus 5 together, that's going to give us minus 2. If I add 5 and minus 3 together, that's going to give me positive 2, and 15 and minus 1 is going to give me positive 14. So hopefully we can see from that the option that meets both of the conditions, so it's got to multiply to give you minus 15, and it's also got to add together to give you 2. So that's this one here. So that means that our solutions, in terms of what we're going to put into our brackets, are going to be 5 and minus 3. So in order to do that, I simply just put into my brackets an x and an x, and a plus 5 and a minus 3. Now the last thing we need to be able to do is we've got to be able to check that these solutions are correct, that we factorise the right way. Now, in order to do that, what we can do is we can multiply these brackets back out again to hopefully give us what we've started with. So let's see if that actually works. So if we do x times x, that's going to give me x squared. If I do x times minus 3, that's going to give me minus 3x. If I do 5 times x, that's going to give me plus 5x. And finally, if I do 5 times minus 3, that's going to give me minus 15. So then if I can simplify that together, that's going to, are there any other x squared terms? No, there aren't, so we leave that as x squared. Minus 3x plus 5x gives me plus 2x. And then finally, we've just got a number on its own, which is minus 15. So we've done it correctly because when we've multiplied out the brackets again, we've ended up with what we have started with.